anyone. I don't want to hear myself talk. And just a reminder, I know many of you have spoken already, but a name and a company before you ask your question.
I'll just start it off for everybody here. My name is Rich Salter. I'm with Lemexis. And Jamie, you and I have talked about this before, but during the FAA advisory groups sessions there, we had a subgroup come out to Armstrong and you hosted us and really shed a lot of light on what goes into testing for wireless installation, or maybe testing for PEDs to make an airplane PED tolerant. Could you kind of summarize that for the group, what you or what Armstrong can do to get an airplane approved as PED tolerant?
Sure.
Maybe just in a nutshell.
Thanks for the assist. Yeah, absolutely. So Armstrong, we were actually, so earlier this morning it was talked about the Honeywell display problem in the cockpit where there was a hard reset, and so we were actually the company that identified that issue. So we've been involved with Wi-Fi and wireless testing now for many years. And 2 years ago, we made the decision to make a pretty aggressive testing program. And so right now, we've been doing a lot of, sorry for the term, DO-294 testing, so certifying aircraft for different individual wireless technologies. And what we're, so sorry if I take any wind out of your sails, but we're fully expecting that the ARC will be highly suggesting to airlines to become what's called DO-307 compliant, so making a TPED tolerant aircraft. So Armstrong has been working with the FAA for a handful of months now to put ourselves in a position to be able to test for the gambit, really any of the wireless technologies that are out there, and so operators would be able to operate an aircraft that says and say, I have a TPED tolerant aircraft. So what does that mean for you as an operator? Right? That most likely will mean if the FAA actually accepts what the ARC is recommending, that you'll be able to use your PEDs from gate to gate anytime as a passenger. In terms of what functionalities, I think that's actually going to be left up to the FCC at this point. So the FAA is at a point that we're assuming they're going to back completely out of the picture and just say, as long as you verify, validate your aircraft that it's tolerant, then have at it.
More questions?
Yes, William Castellon, Boeing functional tests. I have a question for the committee, or actually the people on the stage. The difference between defense and the civilian world in reference to get stuff certified. I work both on the defense side and at other places, and then also with my current work, and also I was in the military. And I noticed how easy it was to go ahead and get stuff certified and get stuff through the system. And I understand that there is, the regulatory, which you don't have in defense. But is there any way that they can do the crossover a lot easier, especially about getting things certified, especially like, I wonder with Airbus, if they have it easier working with European, regulatory situations on there and getting stuff approved. And Airbus defense, in that reference, do you have a lot of crossover that helps, that you can go ahead and bring that technology over?
Okay, so I think the question is for me.
I guess, if you think you can answer it.
Okay, it's a very good question. Interesting. So of course, we look at the latest technology which are available from different industries, and work together with the different certification authorities. So there is always willing for airframe manufacturer to implement the latest technology to
what the FAA is moving into is a risk management system, where obviously because of the budget and the personnel, they realize that they really need to focus their efforts into what's really novel rather than what's more routine. So I think what the FAA is challenging us as an industry is into developing better processes and better pedigree of the data that we develop as applicants, so they have to be involved less. As we try to do some of the things like Jamie said, move certain requirements into the TSOs, for example, then we can be delegated to do more on our own and have less dependency from the regulator being involved. So the more standards that we can develop in terms of processes or specifications, I think the faster that the certification flows are going to be.